Hello and welcome to another episode of Dream Home Cooking. Today I have a delicious menu. It's chicken spaghetti and a pepperoni pizza dip for an appetizer, and then I'm going to show y'all how I make my roasted Brussels sprouts. And then for dessert I have a no-bake cherry cheesecake, which might be the easiest dessert you've ever made. So we're going to get started on the chicken spaghetti, and I already melted 1 stick of butter in this pot, so I'm going to get it about at medium high. And then I have already chopped 1 onion and 1 bell pepper. So I'm gonna add that to the melted butter, and we're gonna saute this for about 7 or 8 minutes until the veggies are softened and cooked through. This recipe is super easy, and I love it because you can make it with leftover chicken. You can get a rotisserie chicken from the grocery store. Mike, we have a rotisserie rod on our grill, so last night he cooked 2 chickens for me on the rotisserie. And I love that because I can use it for this today, and then I can do chicken salad or something else with the other chicken. So I'm gonna let these saute for about 7 or 8 minutes. Okay, so these have sauteed for about 7, 8 minutes, so that's ready to go. But before I go any further with this, I wanna go ahead and put my pasta to cooking. And this is a pound of spaghetti, just regular spaghetti. And what I normally do not do is break it in half, but for this dish, I am gonna break this pasta in half because it'll make it easier to serve and get out of the pan. So what I did is I had a 32-ounce box of chicken broth that I put in this pot, and then I filled it up with about 1.5 to 2 cups of water, and then 2 tablespoons of salt. That way the chicken broth just adds another level of flavor to the pasta as it's cooking. So there is the pasta, and then I'm just gonna give it a quick little stir, and it was on high boiling. I'm gonna put it to about medium so it doesn't boil over, and I'll let that cook for about 9 or 10 minutes. All right, so back to the sauce for the chicken spaghetti. So now the onion, pepper, sauteed in the butter. Now I'm gonna add the rest of the ingredients. So I've got a can of Rotel. This is so simple. It's just a matter of just dumping it all in one pot. Then I have a can of cream of mushroom soup. I like to use a butter knife because it gets all of it out of there. All right, and then a can of cream of chicken soup. All right, and then I have a little bit of seasoning here that I'm gonna put in there, and I put it all in this little dish. It's 1 teaspoon each of salt, pepper, garlic powder, and onion powder. My typical round of seasoning. I'll give that a little bit of a stir. Then I'm gonna add 1 pound of Velveeta cheese. So I'm gonna add that to this mixture, and I like to cube it because it helps to melt it quicker. So I'm just gonna pour that in there. I cubed it right on top of the little foil it comes wrapped in. All right, so you want the cheese to completely melt before we're gonna put it in this casserole, but of course I wanna add the chicken. And this is 1 whole chicken chopped up, but you can use chicken breast or however you like. It equates to about 3.5 to 4 cups of chicken. You wanna have a generous amount in there. Okay, so I'm gonna get all this stirred together, let the cheese melt a little bit, and then I'll get the pasta stirred in there. All right, so we're ready for the last step. I went ahead and drained the pasta off camera. And again, this is it's 1 pound of just regular spaghetti that I cooked for about 12 minutes, and I'm just gonna dump it right here. And you gotta put a little bit of elbow grease in it because this mixture is thick, so you wanna make sure to get it all stirred and mixed in together real well before you pour it into a baking dish. And everything is pretty much, it's cooked in here, but I like to bake it because it firms up like a lasagna, and it just looks nicer on the plate to me. All right, so this is all mixed together. So now I want to pour it into a 13 by 9 by 2 baking dish, and this is gonna be heavy, so just be careful while pouring it. Kind of have to get everything situated with the pot holders and the spoon, so just go for it and dump it in there. There it goes. I'm gonna ditch 1 pot holder, and then you wanna make sure that you scrape all that goodness out of there. All right. Now, you just want to take the spoon and just spread it out evenly. And I'm going to cover it with foil before I bake it. And the reason I'm going to do that is so the pasta doesn't get crunchy. Okay, so then I want to just sprinkle a little pepper over the top of it. And then cover it with foil, and I'm gonna put it in an oven at 350 for 25 minutes. So when we come back, I'm gonna show you guys how I make the pepperoni pizza dip.
When we came to looking for a cabinet company and a manufacturer to use, and with Wellborn being the selection, Wellborn has a good foundation within the company and the folks that run their company. And when you have a good foundation, things typically follow suit with that and things will stay steady. Their values, I feel like, are on a solid foundation. I feel like their true intent is to build a product that will be a lasting product, and you're gonna love what you see.
Wellborn Cabinets, the essence of cabinetry, at Woodland Homes of Huntsville.
Hey guys, come on in.
Hey Troy.
Yeah, let me show you around.
Wow.
You know, as the Acme Brick spokesperson, I get paid in brick. All the brick I want. Solid. What? Too much? To get Acme Brick quality, look for the Acme name. And here's the guest room. Hope you like a firm mattress.
My father started this business in 1977. The people that work for us is part of what sets us apart. All of our employees have experience. All of our plumbers have been with us for 10 years or greater. Our motto at Dean & Son is quality and service. We're going to do quality work. We don't leave people hanging. We're there when we're supposed to be. We're done when we're supposed to be. Living up to what you sell and service them after they pay you, that's where your integrity in the plumbing business comes.
Dean & Son Plumbing Company. Call today at 518-9780.
In choosing a contractor in today's market, you know, finding someone that is going to take care of you and make sure that you're happy with their product, with the quality, it's not an easy task today. The most important thing to me is doing what you say you're going to do, taking care of the customer, installing a product that is superior. My motto is called the lady with a team you can trust, and I feel confident that we are a team that you can trust.
Okay, we're back, and the next dish I'm gonna make is my pepperoni pizza dip. And this is always a hit when we have company or take it to a party. It's a great little recipe. So what you wanna start with, I already have a half a cup of sour cream in this bowl. And to that, I'm gonna add 8 ounces of cream cheese, just a block of cream cheese. And I have had it sitting for a couple of hours. I want it at room temperature because it's simpler to work with. But a trick, if you put it in a microwave-proof dish, you can microwave it about 10 seconds and check it, and then keep microwaving just a few seconds after that until it's softened, if you're in a pinch. And it takes a little bit to work the cream cheese into the sour cream. And really and truly, you could actually use an electric mixer for this to make it easier on yourself. All right, so you wanna get all that mixed together. Then we're gonna add some seasonings, and I already have everything in this little cup, but this is a 1/4 teaspoon each of cayenne pepper, crushed red pepper, Italian seasoning, and garlic powder. Now, the cayenne pepper and the crushed red pepper, you can certainly leave that out. You can make that optional, but we like a little kick to it. So this is gonna be the bottom of the dip. So I'm just gonna make sure I get all those seasonings mixed in. Okay, I think that's mixed pretty well. And you're gonna want a spatula so that you can get everything out of the bowl. So just turn the cream cheese mixture out onto this pie plate. And I did spray a little bit of cooking spray on the pie plate. Okay. Then I've got a little butter knife so I can work with helping me to spread it, because you want to make sure that you spread it evenly on the bottom of the pan. All right. It took a few minutes to get this spread out evenly, but you just want to work with it. Then you want to take a spoon, and this is 3/4 cup of pizza sauce. You can get it on the aisle where the pasta is, just a ready-made pizza sauce. And I'm going to spoon it evenly over the cream cheese mixture. There we go. It's a little easier just to dump it and then go back and spread it. All right, so now the sauce is on there. Now I'm gonna take I've got a half a cup of pepperoni, and these are the cute little pepperonis on the market now that are mini pepperonis. If you can't find them, you can use regular pepperoni and just chop them, but this just makes it easier to be able to use these small ones. And I have generally been able to find them just about any grocery store. Okay. And then you guys know how I love my colors in food, so this is a little green onion. This is certainly optional, but I'm just gonna sprinkle the green onion evenly over the top. And then this is gonna bake in a 350 oven for 10 minutes. Then I'm gonna take it out, spread the cheese on top, and bake it another 10. So I'm gonna get this cleaned up, and when we come back, I'm gonna show you guys how we do the no-bake cherry cheesecake.
Since 1983, individuals and businesses in Alabama have relied on Wolf, Jones, Wolf, Hancock, Daniel & South for their legal representation. Our experienced attorneys offer high-quality legal counsel in commercial law, real estate, and personal injury litigation. So if you need an attorney, hire the best attorney you can. Call the experienced North Alabama attorneys at Wolf, Jones, Wolf, Hancock, Daniel & South to arrange your initial consultation, because we're dedicated to setting the standard for legal services.
Choosing an appliance can be complicated these days. That's why at Bob Wallace Appliance, we start by asking questions like an occasional cook or a serious chef, something just for you or an army, once a week or once a day. You see, it's not just what we know about appliances, it's what we know about you. Bob Wallace Appliance, locally owned and operated for more than 35 years. Online at bobwallaceappliance.com.
When you select Walde Flooring's hardwood, you don't just enhance your home, you transform it. With hundreds of beautiful, durable, hand-selected varieties that come with up to a 50-year warranty, you can count on unsurpassed beauty and proven durability that's guaranteed to stand the test of time. When you want the best flooring for your home, come to Walde Flooring in Madison. WaldeFlooring.com, 256-325-8453.
Hey guys, I wanted to let y'all know about a year ago, me and Bruce Stone started a new company called Stonewood Homes. And Stonewood is a little different business plan than Woodland Homes because Stonewood is a scattered lot home builder, which means if you have a lot and you're looking for a builder, Stonewood is the answer. So if you own a home site or you're looking at building a custom home, give us a call at 830-9000 and let's start building.
Okay, we're back, and here's one of the best parts of the show is this dessert. This might be the easiest dessert you guys will ever make, and it's delicious. So I've got all the ingredients out. What you want to start with is 8 ounces of cream cheese, and I let it come to room temperature. And then I have an 8-ounce container of Cool Whip, and it's usually frozen when you buy it, so you might want to keep that in mind, make sure it's thawed. And then I am just going to blend these two. Well, I'm just gonna get my countertop dirty. Okay, so this is just I'm gonna blend it with the electric mixer. It's easier than trying to do it with a spoon or a fork. And because that cream cheese is at room temperature, it makes it a lot easier to mix. So I'm gonna go ahead and add in a cup of powdered sugar. All right, and I just gradually like to add the powdered sugar. For one thing, it won't poof in your face and go everywhere. And then you're gonna feel, it's gonna get a little bit more difficult to work with, but just make sure that you get it nice and blended. Okay, so the powdered sugar is mixed well in there. The last thing is a teaspoon of vanilla. Okay, and that's it. This is the filling. This is a great recipe for a really hot summer day because there's no baking whatsoever. You don't have to heat your kitchen up with the oven. I've got both of my ovens on right now and it's really hot in here, but it smells really good. All right, so let me move this around so you guys can see. What I'm gonna do, this is a pre-made graham cracker pie crust right there. And then I'm just gonna take and spread it into the bottom of this graham cracker crust. And if you're not a fan of cherries and you'd rather blueberries, you can certainly substitute that too, or apples, whatever you like. I don't want to miss any goodness, so I'm going to scrape it all off of there. And then you just want to take your spoon or spatula and just spread it evenly. And this is always, always better the next day. So make sure you have it at least a couple of hours for it to sit in the fridge, but overnight is best. I mean, how easy is this? Very, very simple. Okay, so I don't want to mess up the prettiness, so I'm going to wipe this mixture off of this spoon because I want to use it to put the cherries over the top. All right, and then just start pouring out into the center, and then we'll just spread the cherry pie filling until it's even. I mean, how simple is that? And I'm telling you, you will love it, your guests will love it, your family will love it. It's absolutely delicious. I wanted to tell you guys too about the featured community this week is Cedar Cove, and it's out in Madison, and it's one of our beautiful wooded properties that is in an excellent location with great schools. And when Mike gets here, he's really excited about Cedar Cove, and he will give you guys much more details. So I've got all of the cherry pie fillings spread over the top, and then I'm just gonna cover it and put it in the fridge. So let me get this cleaned up, and then I'm gonna show you guys how I make the roasted Brussels sprouts. Okay, so now I'm ready to make the roasted Brussels sprouts. This is also a simple recipe, and it's delicious. When you roast a vegetable, it takes on a whole different flavor from just boiling it or microwaving it. So if you've never cooked a Brussels sprout, what you want to do is cut that tip off of there. And then if they're a big Brussels sprout like these, I like to then cut it in half. So I just left 2 out to show you guys how I do that, just in case you've never cooked them before. Then you want to take about 2 tablespoons of olive oil, a generous amount, and we're just gonna, I'm eyeballing it, all right? And then I have a tablespoon of sugar, and this is what helps to get rid of the bitterness. I've heard people say they don't like Brussels sprouts because they tend to be a little bitter. Well, this sugar and balsamic glaze will take that out, or at least most of it. Then I have a teaspoon each of salt and pepper. Then instead of balsamic vinegar, I have a balsamic glaze. These are on the market in the grocery store right next to the vinaigrette or the balsamic vinegar, and it's just delicious. I like it because it's thicker, so it helps to caramelize on the Brussels sprouts when they're cooking. Then you just want a big spoon to stir. So once you have all these Brussels sprouts coated in the oil and the seasonings, then we're going to just dump it into a big pan, and this is a big jelly roll pan. You want to make sure they have plenty of room, that they're not all right on top of each other. I mean, this is pretty simple. You can't get much easier than that. And then just take your spoon and just kind of spread them out so they have plenty room. And then they're going to cook at 400 degrees for about 25 to 35 minutes. You want to start watching them after about 25 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and get these in the oven, and when we come back, Mike will be here to tell you guys more about Cedar Cove, and we're going to taste all this delicious food.
If you're looking to remodel or build your dream home, it all starts at the Dream Studio by Woodland Homes. At Woodland Homes Dream Studio, you'll work with seasoned professionals dedicated to providing you with the very best, whether you're starting from scratch or remodeling. And with thousands of selections to choose from, the Dream Studio offers everything you need at the absolute highest quality, all under one roof. The Dream Studio by Woodland Homes. Live your dream. Call 830-9000 today.
So today we're at Cedar Cove, and Cedar Cove is just another one of those quality woodland home communities that that we are developing, and we've just gotten started in here. It's taken us about a year to get all the roads and all of the approvals and everything, so we're in the process of starting probably I think either 8 or 9 houses that we have sold in here. So one of the things about this particular community is, as you can see, it is called Cedar Cove for a reason, and the cove part of it is because you feel like that you really kind of live in a cove, unlike most of all of the other Madison communities where they're just, you know, wide open cotton field. I bought this from a landowner who had a small little farm on it, and so you can see that it's beautiful, wooded lots. We have large home sites in here. The average home site in here is close to a ½ acre, and our goal here is to be able to start homes right at about 400,000 and up. But as you can see, the development is just absolutely gorgeous. It's totally wooded. We have a group of southern lots here that will have totally private backyards, and we're located in the city of Madison. It's right off of Seegers Road, and it's about a ½ mile to the south of Powell Road. And this particular community, like I said, we're going to start homes in here probably 3,000 square feet and up, starting around 400,000. But the beautiful thing about this particular community is the fact that there's nothing like it. There are no wooded home sites in Madison, and when people ride through here, it just gives them a very, very, very good feeling. And that's why sales have essentially lit up here in Cedar Cove. So you can see all the sold signs that we've already got put up here, and so we're just really excited about this community. So if you're interested and you live in Madison now, but you're interested in moving up, we've got a trade-in program that we'd love to talk to you about. If you're new to the area and you're looking for a place to build a home, then definitely Cedar Cove is one of those communities that you will definitely want to check out. You can go to our website, woodlandhomes.com, and look at the site map, and you can find Cedar Cove on our website, or you can give us a telephone call at 830-9000. And the best thing to do is just come out and see really how special and unique Cedar Cove is. So y'all come out and do a drive-by. We'll see you.
Okay, we're back, and I've got Mike with me, and
official taste tester.
Yes, my taste tester,
and guinea pig.
This is some good comfort food right here.
It is. I mean, I guess you experimented that with a couple of weeks ago, and it was a hit
with our friends from Illinois, our little northern friends.
Yeah.
They loved it, and they called us the other night, and they made it. And,
so chicken spaghetti.
Chicken spaghetti.
So,
yeah.
So you think about spaghetti being a red sauce, but.
Well, there's rotel in there, so it kind of has some red in it.
Yeah, but it was delicious.
It's just an easy, great little dish. And roasted Brussels sprouts, the only healthy thing today.
Okay.
And then
what kind of dip you got?
That's the pepperoni pizza dip. It's been a long time since I made that.
Good.
And then the easy, no-bake cherry cheesecake. You can't beat that.
Well, hang on now. Everything you do is easy.
Well, kind of, yeah.
And I think that's why people like your recipes so much, because they're simple and easy. It's kind of like buying a house.
Exactly.
We make it simple and easy.
You make it simple too.
No, my great team makes it simple and easy. So.
Well, that's right. We have a fantastic team. So I was telling everybody about Cedar Cove. It's been a long time since I've been. It's been since the donkey days when he bought that piece of property, and
there were a couple of donkeys that we had to relocate to another farm. So, I mean Cedar Cove. I mean we're just about out of Foxfield. And we've been in Foxfield for several years now. We're down to about 10 or 12 lots, home sites in there left. And so we did this acquisition of Cedar Cove. And what makes Cedar Cove really unlike anything else in Madison is that we're dealing with wooded home sites inside the city limits of Madison. And it's probably been 20 years since the development in Madison has had wooded home sites, because a lot of that area out there is just old farmland. And we bought this farm from Mr. Kimball, and it was a small working farm. He had cattle and horses and donkeys on it, and so we preserved as many of the trees as we possibly could. And sales out there have been great. We're starting right at about $400,000, and they go up from there. We've sold $600,000 homes in there, but somebody can buy a really nice home in the $400,000 price range. And what really drives people to Cedar Cove is, number one, Madison really is kind of landlocked.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm looking for more land in Madison right now and have been for a year or so, and it is just very difficult to find, and it's also difficult to get approvals for subdivisions in Madison. But number one, it's the lack of available land and inventory.
Yeah.
That's going to keep the prices constantly going up in that Madison area. The second thing they like about it is the fact that you have simply the best schools in all of Madison County. I mean, they're award-winning schools, and when people are looking at investment, they're looking at investment in housing, you know, one of the key things is schools. They want to make sure that they are in good school systems, and that's one of the things that Woodland Homes continuously focus on, is the fact that we're going to build and we're going to buy property in the best school systems in Madison County. And then that way, you know, people, investment, they're going to get a good return on their investment if they ever got ready to, you know, to sell. So we have a model home out there that's open 7 days a week. And it's just, if you have not visited or if you have not shopped, the first thing is you can go to our website, woodlandhomes.com. We've got a lot of information about Cedar Cove on our website. But really the best thing to do is to get in the car, come out, take a look at Cedar Cove, tour the model, get information. And you know, another great thing about it is that if you have a home and you need to sell your home in order to build another one, we've got a great trade-in program, and we're doing a couple of trade-ins a month right now. And so it's a really successful program, and it's the benefit is to the purchaser, because it's kind of a safety net. If they're not able to sell their home during the build process, then we've got a safety net there for them in order for them to be able to, you know, unload their home through our buyout program.
Definitely a relief factor.
It is. It's just a comfort. You know, it's just one of those things that we continually to make investing into a new home a simple and easy process.
And fun.
Yeah, it's always fun. And it's fun to build a new home.
Yes,
Come give it a try. We'll make it fun for you.
Yes, and for all the recipes, you can log on to woodlandhomes.com or find them on our Facebook Dream Home Cooking page.
Absolutely.
And a big shout out to our sponsors as well.
Absolutely. And if any of y'all out there, our viewers, have a scattered home site, you're on a home site, you're looking for a builder, I wanted to remind you also about Stonewood Homes. Stonewood does scattered site building, and that's a division of Woodland Homes. So check us out at woodlandhomes.com or give us a call at 830-9000, and let's dig in.